My mantra is finite heartbeats, infinite possibilities.
Having smart people around you can give you a lot of reality check.
If that voice is inside of me, you'll see it in my body language.
A number of failures along the way lead to catastrophic failure.
When we invest in a company, we're investing in people. That's our number one criteria.
I just want to end with one thought, because we started with the corporate environment and how did you move up and what are they looking for? Now, aren't you looking for the exact same kind of stuff when you're investing in a VC environment, in an entrepreneur, in a small company?
You are. The only difference is they don't have the brand, they don't have the structure, and you're really looking for someone who has got extreme resilience, grit, and who can go through walls. Because that's what it's going to take. Because you're going to have to pivot, you're going to have to sometimes fall flat on your face 3 times, and then get up and dust yourself, and then get up again. And it's not easy. And you need to be humble, and you need to be able to do many different things that sometimes you're not trained to do. All the way from being the receptionist, all the way to being a CEO. And so that ability, and it's not for everyone, because it's a painful process and sometimes a lonely process, unless you find the right investors. If you find the right investors, they'll work with you side by side. But a lot of times, you sometimes don't find the right investors. They backseat drive, but they're not there for you when things are not going well.
Yeah. So the thing is that at the core of an entrepreneur is this ability to, again, think, decide, manage risk, or navigate risk, or whatever, and by going to the edges, if you would. But not all the time go into the edges. Now, if you're in a corporate, you have a structure that you can play within that structure. It gives you actually a little bit of a safety net in a way than if you're on your own. But at the end of the day, the ability, the DNA of all of us is to exchange what we have with something better. And there's risk in getting that thing that's better. What you think you have and what you think is better is connected with this risk thing, and how much you tolerate that risk puts you in any one of these conditions. So in a way, I'll say at the core, the person in a corporate environment who wants to exchange what they have with something better and can move up has the same essence or qualities of awareness and mindfulness of what they're doing and how do they manage risk and not other, as someone who comes out. The game is different, but they're still an athlete. Is that a fair thing to say?
I think that's a fair assessment. The only difference, I'll say, Sid, is as a founder, entrepreneur, when we invest in a company, we're investing in people. That's our number one criteria when we make an investment into an early stage company. I just think the level of risk for an entrepreneur or founder is higher than that individual in the corporate because of that safety net. If you fail, unless you really upset everyone, there'll be another role for you. There'll be something else. So the risk.
So that's the idea. Exactly what you're saying. That's the idea of you have something, you want to exchange it with something better. Now, if you put your better over here or redefine it, then you have to take a different level of risk to get that. Those people who start things are either, imagining that they'll be the next Elon Musk, or they're imagining that they'll make an impact on the universe, and and whatever. They have a mission, they have a vision, they have something in them or they want to have a life that's different in terms of they have a different thing than, okay, I'm a field engineer, I could be a senior field engineer. That level of risk is defining what you get versus what you.
And I will add one more element. The reward, if you're that 1 out of 10 startup that makes it, is also bigger, commensurate with the risk you're taking. So I'll give you an example. Klarna went public yesterday. Klarna is a Swedish fintech company, buy now, pay later. The reason I bring it up is I live up in New York on the Hudson River. Yesterday there was this, they did their IPO yesterday. It went public on the stock exchange yesterday. They had this big balloon with Klarna written on it flying over the Hudson River yesterday. But because it became public, the founders became billionaires, and a lot of the people 1 level, 2 level below didn't become billionaires, became multimillionaires.
Yeah.
In a corporate environment, you
That's
typically
impossible.
don't get to a billion.
Yeah.
If you're senior leader, you'll get to the million levels, maybe to the tens of millions, maybe if you're the CEO, maybe to the hundreds of million level, but typically not to the B level unless you're there for a long time or whatever. In a startup, if you really hit the unicorn status, you will get to
Yeah, but
significantly.
you know, the thing is that what we've found, what I've experienced is, I always say at 4 o'clock in the morning when the challenges are coming, money is not the greatest motivator. There's
It's a way
something
of keeping
else.
score. It's a way of
It's
keeping score.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
that's all it is. And
That's all it
the
is.
and what makes you win is not the score on the on the scorecard of somebody else. It's the satisfaction that you get that of doing what you that is the driver that really gets you to something awesome. Thanks for watching. You can catch the full Expert Circle sessions through the links in the description or the pinned comment below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you inside the Academy.